r/askreddit, what is realistically the greatest threat to the USA? Well, if you're going to base yourself on Rome, perhaps looking inwards might be the best place to look out for threats. So, lead plumbing? Corruption and the rich vs poor gap. It's not based on Rome. The American political system's only similarities to the Roman Republic is that they were both republic and that the upper legislative chamber is called the Senate. There's basically nothing in common between Roman institutions and American ones. Yup. Falling apart from the inside from discontent, drugs, selfishness, leads to weakness and opens the way for something to divide and conquer. Ourselves. United we stand, divided we fall. All the armies of Europe and Asia could not by force take a drink from the Ohio River or make a track on the Blue Ridge in the trial of 1,000 years. No, if destruction be our lot, we must ourselves be its author and finisher. As a nation of free men we will live forever or die by suicide. Abraham Lincoln. We have seen the enemy, and he is us. Dark money buying elections. Bribes and extortion buying politicians and judges/justices. Disinformation pitting half of the citizenry against the other half and eroding faith in societal institutions. Weaponized ignorance, stochastic terrorism, manipulators winding up idiots and then watching as they tear the nation down. The call is coming from inside the house. And this has always been known. Washington spoke about it, Lincoln spoke about it, Eisenhower spoke about it. Citizens United is a risk become issue. Complex multifaceted issue here. Citizens United was the end of even a facade of American democracy. Misinformation, media manipulation, rage bait, anything that gets us angry at ourselves. The most common form of this is to dehumanize the other. The apathy of the American people. The gullibility of the American people. This is the glue that holds everything else here together. The declining quality of education of the American people. Apathetic because of our privilege. We are fat and happy, way too fucking prosperous for our own good. The number one thing Americans can produce and export is our debt. We're a country of debtors who have forgotten where we came from. I'm not giving up hope. The pollet icon's keeping the people divided and the people who can't see that. A house divided against itself cannot stand. And the rich. The greedy, sick, degenerate rich. And I don't mean the guy with the six-figure income who drives like a dickhead in his Beamer, I mean the assholes who own banks and shit. Fucking scum. That's why I side with the Autobats. An ill-informed electorate. Willingly and proudly uninformed, somehow. Giant corporate media conglomerates. They have a lot of influence on people's minds for sure. Billionaires with agendas and the politicians who take their money. Political parties. George Washington warned us. True, I wonder what we would look like if we never had parties. Ourselves. An ignorant public that has no idea how government works and doesn't care. The systemic assault on the checks and balances of power. A country full of corporations that are too big to fail. Political corruption. Eventually the people will lose complete faith in government. I already have. Leadership in this country is a lost cause. Easy. Ourselves. There's not a single power that could match our military and economic might. Russia and China knows this. They've seen what happens when we're united and focused. They've also seen what happens when we're divided. That's why they try to interfere and split us from the inside. The biggest nursing home aka elected officials. Lack of education. The relentless and systematic attack on education. Defund it and argue that it's not to be trusted, that it's some nefarious force. Putin said he could destroy the US without firing one bullet. That's exactly what he's doing. Men bear pig. Nods approvingly. Baron de Montesquieu would not be proud. The decline of public education. An uneducated population is an easily fooled population. Look at how the reading comprehension level of presidential speeches has changed over the last few decades, it's appalling. Stupidity. We've lowered our educational standards so much that no one bats an eye when a high school dropout becomes a congressperson, a position of leadership that they clearly don't have the capacity to fill. Our healthcare system. The insurance companies are siphoning off insane amounts of money and then fight to pay when you need to be treated. Getting sick can absolutely destroy a person or family financially. The whole system is whack and it's time for a change. Personally, I'm up to my eyeballs in debt from a recent bout with cancer. Chemotherapy is expensive even when you have the best health insurance your company offers. I agree the system is whack and it should be changed ASAP. The 24-hour news cycle. The 24-hour opinion cycle. United we stand, divided we fall. The greatest threat is being easily divided by bad faith actors from within our borders. Behemoth government in bed with megacorporations, they prop each other up and grow endlessly. It can't even be stopped at this point. The momentum is too great and there's not some guy or group of guys in charge, it's just a ridiculously overbloated self-perpetuating system. The gap between politicians and regular people growing so much that politicians are so out of touch it's barely a democracy anymore. The 0.01% and all that they control. We are being eaten alive from the inside. Everyone loves authoritarianism when they're the ones in charge. Big titty goth girlfriends. Just kidding. The answer is the enemies we made along the way. Tell me more about the first thing. Devaluation of education. The uneducated, uninformed, ill-informed, and misinformed. They're killing the US. We keep cutting public education and healthcare. Seems like two biggies. Just like any other empire. It falls apart from within. I feel like since most of the comments here are saying something like that to the point this thread is nothing but meaningless platitudes we could be a bit more specific. I'd say we are in the long process of it happening right now.